Okay, it says I'm live. Hello, for people watching the VOD. For people watching the VOD, I'm gonna put in, you're gonna see down below like chapters on when I guess the stream actually starts. Because this is the first time I'm doing this. Oh god. But I guess you know what? I'm just gonna start immediately. Maybe in the future I'll wait like 5 to 10 minutes before I start to let people potentially come into the stream. Since it's the first time, I'm not gonna do that. And it also is because of the fact that I don't, I don't schedule the streams. Whenever I wake up and have the energy to leave bed and do everything, then I'll stream it. But the plan today, I have 5 of the guardsmen that I'm working on, is to do the metal on them, and I'll be using Citadel color chainmail as the base coat. So that is the plan. And also tell me if the background sound is like too high, not enough. Because Lazoo left a comment asking me kind of like on one video, on my hobby update video, when I paint, what do I listen to? And I normally listen to ASMR or podcast. I would say the rate of which is which, I would say is probably very similar. Yeah, when it comes to those two. And then the next might be, like a movie or like an episode of something. It's probably number 2. That is probably what I listen to. Or, like just a YouTube video. Maybe a let's play or something. But, I should really take this in like not chronological order, but from biggest to last. ASMR, podcast, audiobooks, and then, like a movie or a show. And then like some random, maybe like let's play or something. Maybe something you don't really have to pay like the biggest attention to. You can like experience it through, peripheral vision and audio. I don't tend to listen to music while I paint. I don't know, I think it distracts me too much, or I don't like doing it. So, yeah. And I don't listen to that much music outside of like concerts or something. Like, well, I guess that is a lie. I do listen to music every day, but I don't think to take like a specific time to do so. Alright, just fixing up the fuel tank. And I don't know if I'm gonna leave the fuel tank silver. I'm probably gonna do like a bunch of reds, maybe some blacks on the fuel tank for this flamer, but I was doing maybe I'll search up reference to like how did I used to paint these flame fuel tanks, and then maybe I'll use that as an inspiration of what I want to do with this one. Because I don't know if I like just a silver fuel tank on the back, since, he has a gray. And I kind of wish I could have done like a better angle. Obviously you cannot see what I'm painting. But it's more about, let's paint together. Because I have no idea how I would paint, how I would, you know, film so that people could see what I'm painting. While also making it so that I can paint it. Like, that is the hard part. And hello, I can see that there's someone is watching, so hello to you. Just tell me if like the audio and all that is pretty good. Because I have no idea. I mean, it should be fine. This is the normal settings I use when I record. So it should be absolutely fine. I don't know about the background sound though. Might be very, very low, but that's fine. It's kind of like what I want. Okay, I just have to get my reference. Oh, the previous ones I painted didn't have a helmet on. So I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna do it silver. So a silver Aquila on grey armor. But yeah, also I wanted just, man, like I should have written up some topics maybe for me to talk about. But I do have some plans, and maybe on one of these advent calendars, maybe do like a first look of a game with my mom. That, I guess that could be something new. I mean, it was a long time since I last did a video featuring my mom. I think the last time was when we reviewed episode 1 to 10 of Made in Abyss. I think was the last time. Let's see. Looking good, too based, not gonna lie. Thank you for saying I look good, but what do you mean when you say too based? What does that mean? I assume it doesn't mean the bases on my miniatures. Because someone like said you know, what's called before that base means like that you agree with someone's opinion, but doesn't make sense in that context. Doesn't make sense with, you know, your comment. So I assume it probably means something different here. Unless you mean that you agree with too much with my looks, and that's like a bad thing maybe? Because you said not gonna lie there at the end. Yeah, I have been watching a like a Japanese cartoon called Lodos Tosenki, or Record of the Lotus War, which is I think an 80s show from the 80s, which to me is like very like generic Dungeons and Dragon inspired, I would say, and I'm liking it so far. Like, there's kind of like a charm to like the genericness of it, especially since, I mean, generic fantasy stuff like that isn't that common nowadays. Even though we call it generic, the I would say the ones where they feel like they need to do these subversions out and stuff like that, I think are way more common. So I would say like subverting your expectations, quote unquote, is like generic fantasy now. But I still think both has their place. I mean, the only thing that matters is the execution, right? You can have a terrible premise, but if the execution is great, then, well, it's good. And vice versa, you have a great premise, but the execution is shit, so it becomes shit. Should I do metal fingers on this power claw? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Try and differentiate between the fingers, I guess, and the actual power claw. Well, I call it power claw, but I guess they call it power fist, you know. can do a little bit of like dry brushing on this black. Make it seem a bit like beat up of a power sword. There we go. Not the power sword, chain sword is what this is. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do metallic Achilles on the infantry, because that's what I did on, you know, the first 2 infantry test models I did. And then pink on the vehicles, because that's what I did on the Sentinel. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Whew. Yeah, I've been having like, I feel like it's like training cramps in my legs, even though I haven't been training and doing anything. And it's not necessarily legs, it's the thighs, I guess. The front thigh. I wonder if it has something to do with the adrenaline, because the last 2 places well, no, that's actually not true. I had it on my right thigh, but I also had it on, before that I had it on my right arm here, so I take that back. At the moment the adrenaline is plugged into my stomach, the left side of my stomach. But yeah, that is the metal parts actually. Base coated. You know what, let's do this guy's little speaker thing, metal as well. I have no idea what this is, but... Oh, is it the shin guard? Ah, it's the shin guard, it's not a metal thing. Okay, let's just rub that off. There we go. Alright, yeah. Just looking at them again. Okay, I've missed a metal part here on the hose for the flamethrower. Then other than that, I would say the metal parts are probably finished. And I'm probably gonna... Well, you know what? I'll let the... This, what's called... What was this? It's called live stream. Jesus. I'm gonna let it be for like... I'm gonna try and do it for 30 minutes. So... I'm gonna paint for 30 minutes. gonna be a long painting session for me. Alright, there we go. I need some black. Just a tiny amount. And I'm using Warcolor's One Coat Black. Probably my favorite black so far that I've tried. I've only tried 3 different brands. I've tried Citadel's blacks, which don't really like them. I've tried this is Warcolors and I like it, and then War Paints. Yeah, from Army Painter, which I thought was okay. Too good, actually. I still preferred Warcolors, but I think Army Painters is good as well. Like, whichever one you use, I'm sure you're gonna be happy with both of them. Even though I do think there is kind of a big gap between them because I just like how well Warcolors covers while still being very easy to use. I would say the War Paints one is a bit harder to use and it doesn't cover as well, but it's still good. Alright. Now what do I want to do? I guess actually I'm gonna use this dark copper, Warcolor dark copper. Which I would say a terrible thing that they're using black, because here they do good. They use a white text, or a white background so you can read the text. But they don't do that on this one. Not that that matters that much, I mean, obviously. I will say, I have one complaint about the Warcolor paints. And it doesn't actually have to do with the paint themselves. It had to do with the bottles. The bottles are good, they don't dry out, they're good that, but they're a lot harder than, let's say, War Paints or Vallejo bottles, They kind of use a more soft plastic. Well, this one's a bit more of a hard plastic. And when there's less paint, and it also makes it harder to get a little bit of paint out from this. You get always, like happened now, you get more than you would want if you just want a little bit. And when the paint starts running out, you have to press quite hard, and it's quite tiring to use the Warcolors. So that is a complaint I have about their bottles. They aren't really, handicap friendly, I would say. Okay, let's see. We'll say I'm getting quite a lot of progress done in this little painting stream right here. I'd say it's probably going faster for me painting, you know, doing this painting stream than I normally do, which I quite like. And I will say I really like how this dark copper looks and how well it covers and it goes off your brush. And so, I mean, yeah, I have my complaints about the actual bottles, but the paints themselves, really nice. Okay, let's see. Gonna dry brush this dark copper at the end. Well, a little bit wetter than I would have wanted. I didn't do a good job removing the paint on my paper towel. This is kind of like a workout. But also, if people want to recommend, maybe like some calm music and stuff to use while painting, because when I paint, I do not want to listen to anything, you know, like, for me, painting and being like relaxed is synonymous, it's the same thing. So I would never listen to like any rock or anything like high intensity when I paint. There you go. Help the Aquila stand out a bit on their chest plate, because these two guys, the Aquila on their chest plate is like in the middle of the chest instead of on the left breast. And they have like this plate around it. It's like they have like a necklace. Don't know how to explain it better than that. Now I'm gonna use some Rhinox hide on the one backpack. You're not gonna be able to see that. I mean, when I finish painting these guys, I'm going to do like a showcase. So, oh god, there we go. Okay, I should have probably mixed up my Rhinox hide a bit. Okay, no wait, it's getting better, yeah. But still, should have mixed it up a little bit more. I guess I could use Rhinox hide on this guy's cigarette as well. It's like a base coat. And then make sure to remember to use like a bit of like a bright red when I do the reds on the flamethrower. Is there anyone else that have anything else that I want to do? Brown? Nope. I don't. Well, you know what? This guy doesn't have any. I haven't painted this guy's skin, so I guess I'll make this guy brown. Or at least I'll start with this as a base coat. Then what I decide on his skin color, we'll see. we go. Let's see. Is there any other skin I haven't? I do know a lot of people paint the guardsmen, like their hands have gloves. I don't tend to do that, but because apparently like their hands are quite out of scale, it looks like they have gloves, but to me, if you just paint them flesh color, then still looks completely fine from a viewing distance, like this. Oh god. But I think I'm gonna end this live stream right here. I think I'm getting a bit, tired. It's been a long painting session for me. I normally don't paint for this long. But it was fun. I'm just gonna do the second layer on this hip thing. Hip pouch. There we go. Alright. Thank you for watching. If anyone is watching at the moment. If you're watching, tell me. But yeah.